Hey guys, I'm here in my FD RX-7 and I'm going to be showing you how to install my FD dash pod. And part of that install is removing your speaker cover. Now these are classically very fragile due to the plastic being 25 years old, and oftentimes it's very brittle and it tends to crack. So you're going to be very careful when removing it. So I like to use a tool, something like this. It's basically a trim removal tool. These tend to work really well, but you also need to understand how this sits inside the dash. So if you look at it, underneath at the front of this bracket here, you've got these two tabs that pop down in, and then you've got at the back parts that slide in and hinge it. So when you're in there, what you want to try to do is you want to try to get underneath this, but you don't want to be just underneath this plastic lip here. You want to be underneath this more solid piece right here. So when you're in there, you don't want to be just here. You want to be deeper in there, as deep as you can go. That way you're popping against the most firm part. And sometimes it helps to just start on one side a little bit and the other side. The reason that these tend to crack so often is that these tabs, see how rusty these ones are? They tend to rust up and they tend to just seize inside there. So I'm going to be trying to remove mine. I've been taking a lot of photos of the dash pod sitting on top, just like this. And people are like, well, I wish it sat lower. Well, it does sit lower, but I didn't want to break my speaker just for the heck of it. So let's go through removing mine and installing this demo pod that I've got right here. So don't mind the finish on it. It's kind of rough. It's kind of beat up because I've been testing with it. So what you get when you buy a pod is you get exactly this. You get a nice finish like this one, you know, but you get this pod right here. You get a bracket piece already installed on it just like this. And if you can see, it's identical to the bottom of here. So once you take this off, you're going to remove these metal clips. You're going to put them on here. So let's go ahead and remove my speaker cover and hopefully not break anything. So just like I said, I'm going to try to get deep, as deep as I can. I'm going to do the same thing over here, just like that. See how I got as deep as I could and I went from one hinge to the other and it came right out. I don't think I cracked anything. Oh, it did crack. So it cracked at the back here. That's just it being old and brittle, but you know, you win some, you lose some. It's not terrible. Maybe I could repair that, but oh well. So let's go ahead and go through the install of my pod here. So basically, once you have it in here, it's going to sit in the hole just like that. Boom. And you get a really nice fit and finish. It sits flush, angled directly towards the driver. We have a left-hand drive version too that's angled towards the left-hand side. And yeah, so let's go ahead and install the demo pod. So first off, I've got my pod right here. I'm going to take off the metal clips that are on this one. I've got a nice little pair of small needle nose pliers, and it shouldn't be too tough, but it might go flying. So yeah, it's going to be a little bit of pain. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to delicately remove these, and then we'll come back right after that. Alright guys, so you can see that I've got the metal clips off of the old one. I managed to get them off without breaking it, thankfully, or breaking it any more than it was already broken. But to get them off, I did have to bend these out a little bit. Well, it'll make it easier to put them onto this one. So we're going to slide these on, hopefully, with a little bit of encouragement. They'll go on easy enough. So it might help to bend them out a little bit more and then bend them back once you get it on. So just expand it out a little bit like that. Yeah, and then slaps right on just like that. And the other side. Now if you can source these clips brand new, that might work for you a little bit better. But I got them on the pod right now, and we'll go through the simple. So we're going to basically just slide those locking tabs in the back there, and then we're going to push down in the front until it locks in, just like that. Should sit just a little bit flush, just like that. Now you can see that it's in there really nice and tight. There's a hole down inside there for you to route cables, so you might want to remove your speaker. You don't necessarily have to remove the speaker. There's plenty of room to route cables otherwise, but depending on the size gauge that you have and the cables that are coming off of it, you may have to remove the speaker. You may have to, even depending on how much stuff you got going on with your gauge, modify some of the bracketry that's underneath there. But you can see that you get the pod down in there, or the gauge, I mean. And there you go. FD dash pod. So you can order these in left-hand drive and right-hand drive on www.draklore.com. I can do a variety of colors and finishes. This will be what you get if you order standard. If you want textured gray or textured black, that's special order, and you're gonna have to send me a message. These are currently $89 on my website, and I offer a lot of other products, so if you see anything that you like, go ahead and head on over to the site and pick it up. Thanks for watching, guys.